Hi.
Hi, nice to meet you. I'm Taylor.
Hi, I'm Carly.
Have a seat.
Thank you.
Did you get in today okay?
Yeah, actually, it was really easy. Just one bus. I didn't have to change or anything.
Oh, fantastic. That's wonderful.
Yeah.
Like I said, my name is Taylor. And before we get into anything, I just want to briefly go over confidentiality with you. Do you have any understanding of what that means?
I feel like I've heard it before. It just means like this will be a secret, right?
Right. So basically what it is anything you say in this room will stay between you and I. The only reason that it wouldn't would be if you disclose information that regarded the harm of yourself or the harm of someone else, including young children and elderly people. Also, if this information was ever subpoenaed to court, I would then also have to break confidentiality.
Okay.
Okay, is that okay?
Yeah, I think
Okay.
I understand.
All right, fantastic. So why don't I start with just telling you a little bit about myself.
Okay.
Like I said, my name is Taylor. Before coming here, I went to the University of Guelph. I then went forward and did more studies at Fleming College. And I've been working here for about 5 years as an individual counselor. And I'm really happy to have you in here today.
Thank you.
So why don't you tell me what brought you in?
I'm just kind of going through a lot right now, and I wasn't really sure how to handle it anymore.
Okay.
So, I just found out that I am pregnant. So I'm just a few weeks. I'm very early, but it's really unexpected, and I wasn't trying by any means. I actually just broke up with my boyfriend right before I found out, because it was just a very toxic relationship, and it wasn't where I wanted to be anymore. So then I was kind of relying on my parents for support to like let me move back in with them and like financially help me and just kind of for guidance with all this.
Okay.
But they just told me that they're getting a divorce. So now I'm not really sure where I'm gonna end up or where they'll be.
Right.
And I'm just feeling a little bit panicked.
Okay, so what I'm hearing is that you've got a lot going on and it feels really overwhelming for you right now. Is that right?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, so it seems like you've got a lot on your plate. So why don't we start by picking out the one thing that seems to be causing you the most stress? If you had to say, what do you think your biggest stressor is at the moment?
Well, I guess it's just the fact that I'm pregnant and I don't really know how to be a mom. And
Okay.
I don't have a doctor, or I'm just really worried about having enough money.
Okay, well, this is things that we can work together with to help you reach your goals of figuring that out.
Okay.
Would you be interested in maybe finding a doctor that could help you?
Yeah, that'd be really great.
Okay, is it that transportation is an issue, or what's your biggest concern surrounding that?
I don't have a family doctor. I just went to a walk-in clinic to confirm, because I did a test at home. And just I don't know how to go about like how often I need to go to the doctor and like prenatal vitamins and stuff like that.
Okay, so maybe we could work together to come up with a list of some potential doctors that would work for you in your area. And then when you go home tonight or just whenever you have time, you could maybe make a point of calling one of these people so you can find out this information.
Okay, yeah.
Does that seem like a realistic goal for you?
Yeah, I could do that.
Okay, fantastic. So you also said that you did break up with your boyfriend. And so just to make sure I'm hearing you correctly, you have no interest in building upon that relationship any further.
No, I don't want to get back together. I don't really want him involved in the baby's life, but if he like proves that he's working and he'll try, then maybe we can do some sort of visitation.
Okay.
Down the road.
Okay. So let's just focus on where we're at now then.
Yeah.
Okay, so another thing that I'm hearing is that you're stressed about finances.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So are you working at all?
I am. I just work part-time as a receptionist at this dental office.
Okay.
But I'm barely making enough to get by right now, and it's just me sharing an apartment.
Okay.
So I won't have enough to support me and a baby.
Okay. So that brings me to who are your supports? Who do you have? I know you mentioned your parents.
Mm-hmm.
either them or anybody else. Can you talk to me a little bit about who you have in your life?
Yeah, so my parents are really great and supportive, and I know they still will be through this. It's just a lot more difficult now that they're not going to be together. But I'm really close with my brother. He's a good support. I have a few very good friends in the area.
Okay.
And my grandma's close too, and she would help me, I'm sure.
Okay, well, that's fantastic. So would you feel comfortable reaching out to these people in a time of need?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. Do you think a realistic goal might be to make a list of these people so that when you are feeling really overwhelmed, you have someone that you can go to for help?
Okay, yeah.
Is that something that you could see us doing?
I think so.
Okay, that's fantastic. You also mentioned that financially you were struggling. So, and you said you're working.
Yeah, just part-time.
Okay. So, would you be interested in seeking services around financial support?
Sure.
Yeah.
What would I have to do?
There's a few different options for you. Of course, there's like welfare type of options. If you're planning on stopping working, or if you're continuing on working, then of course we could look into childcare options, Canada Works, lots of different places that I could refer you to. We can make a list of those together, and we can see which best fits your needs.
Okay.
Okay. So you said before that you were initially relying on your parents for some financial support. So can you tell me a little bit more about what's going on there?
Yeah, so right now I live in an apartment I share with my brother, and we get along really well, and he's really great, but he's a bit younger and likes to go out late and party and stuff, so I don't want to live there when I have a baby.
Okay.
Just for like the baby's sake, and also I don't want to impose on him too.
Okay.
So I was planning on moving back in with my parents because I can't afford a place on my own.
Right.
So now I'm sure I could still live with either one of them, but I just don't know how to choose which one without hurting the other one's feelings.
Okay. Can you talk to me a little bit about what your relationship is like with each of your parents?
So they're both really great, but I'm definitely closer with my dad.
Okay.
He was the one who took like paternity leave when we were younger and stayed home with us. And I feel like we've had like a really strong bond.
Okay.
I feel like I can talk to him about anything and he'll always listen. But my mom, she always wants to help and she means well. But our personalities clash a lot, and it's very much whenever I do something good, she'll try to take credit for it.
Right.
Being like, oh, well, that's because you're my daughter. Or like, I know you can do it. You're related to me. And it's just very frustrating.
Okay. Right. Okay. So is this relationship with your mom, would you say that it's causing you stress?
Definitely, yeah.
Okay.
And I know I want to live with my dad. And I know when I tell her, she'll make it all about her and it'll be a big fiasco.
Okay. So are you maybe looking for some resources regarding communication skills, maybe a way for you to hopefully address the subject in a way that'll be the least harmful?
Yeah, whenever we do try to talk, it's just fights.
Okay. But you are looking to maintain the relationship?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so that's something that we can work on together too.
Okay.
The first thing I would like to try with you and talk a little bit about is something called mindfulness. Have you heard anything about this before?
I think it's kind of like meditation, right?
It can be. Mindfulness comes in all different forms. And from what I'm hearing from you, you feel really overwhelmed. You feel like you've got some stressors coming from different directions right now.
Mm-hmm.
So something that I think could be beneficial to you is mindfulness, which it can be meditation. Some people choose to do meditation, guided meditation, silent meditation. But there's also things just as simple as focusing on 5 different things in the room. Basically, it just pertains to being present in the moment and noticing what's happening to you right now and trying your best to ignore the external stressors that are happening in your life.
Okay.
So it can only take a minute. You can do it for as long as you feel comfortable doing it. It can be something that you do even while you're on the bus, for instance. Maybe just taking the time to notice the things out the window as you're passing by, notice the colors, notice the people, and be present in that moment. Because I'm sure most of us have either been on the bus or in a car and suddenly we're at our destination and we don't know how we got there. So have you experienced that before?
All the time.
Yeah. So is this something you feel like you would be comfortable doing?
Yeah, I think it's worth a shot. Give it a try.
Okay, this would be great for you to practice during times of intense stress.
Okay.
And even it could be writing down how you're feeling in a moment and just noticing your emotions, noticing your feelings. If you wanted to make a list of some things, if you ever wanted to come back here and talk about it together, that would be wonderful. But of course you don't have to. It's whatever is within your comfort.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah, I think that's worth a shot.
Okay, that's great. So that's a realistic goal for you then.
Yeah.
Okay, so it seems like we have a good list forming of some goals that we can work towards together. Out of those ones that we've talked about, what do you feel like is something you would like to work on first?
I think first I would just like to figure out money and how I'm going to afford this.
Okay, so what we can do is when we step out, I can give you a list of all of the places that we can contact. We can contact them together, or you can choose to do it on your own. It's however you're feeling. And we can set up something for you so that way you can feel at ease in regards to finances. Okay? There's lots of things available too, just like local food banks, things to take some of the pressure off, even if it's less of an official check coming in every month. There are things that we can do to help assist you in your daily living costs.
Okay.
That we can address together. Is that something you would be interested in?
Yeah, I'd want to do it together.
Okay, fantastic. All right, and so after we work on your finances, where do you see yourself going next?
I guess I'd like to get settled in wherever I'm going to live fairly soon.
Okay.
So, but I'll just have to see if my dad's going to move out of our family home and get a new place, or if he'll stay there and I'll move back in. So I'll have to have this tough conversation with them, I guess.
Okay. And is that something that you're worried about?
Yeah, I'm not worried about my dad. I'm just very worried about how my mom will take it. And I don't want her to feel like I'm choosing sides.
Okay.
Even though we do have a stressful relationship.
Okay, yeah, of course. Do you know what interpersonal effectiveness is?
No.
No. Do you know what the word interpersonal means?
It means like other people, right?
Yeah, exactly. It means your relationship with other people and the way you communicate with them.
Okay.
And then effectiveness means in the way in which you can have your own needs met within a relationship while also maintaining a relationship. So you're able to express yourself and have your needs met, but also not make this other person upset and not feel heard. And this to me sounds like something that you're feeling nervous about in regards to talking with your mother.
Yeah.
Is this right?
Definitely.
Okay. There's definitely some different strategies we can use in regard to improving the effectiveness in which you communicate.
Mm-hmm.
And even some of it just has to do with your confidence level. You know, appear confident when you say the things that you say. Be mindful of the fact that you do want to maintain this relationship, and be willing to make a compromise as well with your mother without giving up your needs as well. And this is something you can go about in the way that you feel comfortable going about it. Okay, there's no set way that this has to go, but be clear in what you want.
Mm-hmm.
And ensure that you stand by that, but also bearing in mind at the same time what your mother wants. And this will be the way for you to best communicate about your needs together, and hopefully you can reach a consensus where you're feeling heard and you're feeling happy with the outcome. Of course, there's no way to predict how this will go, but this is one strategy that you can use. And I can give you some forms just for you to read over after you leave the office today. You can choose to take it or leave it. Just about how effective communication works, and hopefully that can aid you in your process moving forward.
Yeah, no, I'd be really interested in trying that.
Okay, that's fantastic. So why don't you talk to me a little bit more about your relationship with your